Dave Righetti. Stay tuned for Yankee baseball coming up next on Sports Channel.
Sports Channel presents New York Yankees baseball. New York Yankees baseball is brought to you by Busch Beer, the beer with a taste as smooth as its name. By Toyota, who reminds you to buckle up and use child safety seats. It's a good feeling. And by TWA, leading the way, TWA.
Live from Arlington Stadium in Arlington, Texas, Sports Channel presents Yankees baseball. Tonight, the Yankees take on the Texas Rangers. Well, Bill, tonight the Yankees come into Texas for the first time this year, and they hope that Ron Guidry will be able to break their losing streak of 3 games. On at the same time, Frank Tanana, another left-hander, hopes to break Texas' 5-game losing streak. But the big news has been spread far and wide in the media.
Yeah, first of all, of course, Billy Martin's back, and we all know that. Billy back for the 4th time, Mel. And the Yankees have also made some other changes. John Monafusko has been added to the roster, and Dale Murray has been released. And Willie Horton, who played so many years with the Detroit Tigers and also, I believe, with Seattle, he's been brought back, and he will be one of Billy Martin's coaches. There we see Billy Martin down on the bench. But the big news, as you mentioned, is that Billy Martin is now back.
And speaking of Billy Martin, he's had quite an evening last evening with the media, and all day long, interviews and back on the job for the first time and wondering about a lot of things. And we had the opportunity of speaking to Billy. A lot of things that he has to have done, but whether he can get them done on the first time around, you got to take a look for it.
Well, there's some things that I think that Billy says he would like to tighten up. We read in the paper today that he's going to have a curfew, and the players will have to travel in jackets. But the main thing is on the field. Can this team straighten up? Can they hit what's been on base? Can they pick up the ball around the infield? I think that's very important. It wasn't Yogi's fault that they made quite a few errors in the small amount of games that they've played. It wasn't Yogi's fault that, of course, they didn't hit with men on base and get people.
They left a lot of men on base.
But as I guess Clyde King says, you can't fire 25 players, so the manager has to bear the brunt of all of it.
And speaking of Clyde King, I had the privilege of talking to him. This was just before, of course, we got ready for the ball game. Let's listen to Clyde King. Clyde, in your long career in baseball, which has culminated in your being vice president and general manager of the Yankees, of course, you started out as a pitcher in the major leagues, went on to do some managing yourself. It must be one of the most difficult decisions in an executive capacity to make, in calling in a manager and saying we're going to make a change.
Oh, Mel, you got to believe that's the toughest job a general manager has. The same as a manager when he has to tell a player his career's over. That's a very difficult thing to do, and the last couple of days have been tough. They really have. Mr. Steinbrenner made a decision that was difficult to make. He agonized over it. It took a lot of courage to do it. He's done it now, and we got rid of a good man, but we got one to replace him. We got a good man to replace him, and I feel like that we've got to go forward from here. This Yankee ball club is a good ball club. And I think that starting tonight, this should be the opening day of the 1985 season for Billy Martin and the New York Yankees.
And that would mean that Billy has to look at his lineup. He may make some changes tonight. On the other hand, he may wait a couple of days or so and then go ahead and do that.
Well, there's one thing for sure, Mel. Billy Martin knows what he's doing, and he won't rush into anything. But he'll observe and see what he's got here. It'll only take him a short time, maybe a game or two, before he'll have the handle on this thing, and we'll go forward. And I'm looking forward to a good season.
Thank you very much, Clyde, for telling us that. And what do you say we take a look at Billy and see what he's going to do?
Good.
Here at Arlington Stadium, let's look at the Rangers defensively. They have Alan Bannister at first place. Playing the second base is Toby Harrah. Over at shortstop, Wayne Tollison. And the third baseman is Buddy Bell. In left field, Gary Ward. The center fielder is George Wright. And out in right field, Larry Parrish. Don Slott is the catcher. Fan just had the honor of throwing out the first pitch, and obviously she was wild. And just going out to the mound now, the guy who will hope at least that he'll be around the plate, left-hander Frank Tanana for the Texas Rangers. Tanana so far this year has won no games, and he's lost 3. This is his 4th start and also his 4th appearance. And Mel, he has a very high ERA, 7.98, so they've been lighting up Frank Tanana so far this season.
Frank Tanana is a guy we'll talk about a little bit later. I remember when he first started. For the Yankees, right now, let's give you the lineup that Billy Martin is going with. He's leading off with Ricky Henderson, center field. Ken Griffey hitting second. That's a change in the order. Playing left field, Don Mattingly batting third, first base. Dave Winfield hitting fourth, right field. Don Baylor hitting fifth, the DH. Butch Weininger hitting sixth, catching. Willie Randolph hitting seventh, second base. Bobby Meacham hitting eighth, shortstop. And Mike Pagliarulo is in the ninth spot in the batting order, and of course is at third base. Doing the pitching for the Yankees is Ron Guidry with a record of 1-2 and earned run average of 3.38. But you're looking right now at Frank Tanana, who began his career, and now you're looking at Ron Guidry. No, that's Frank Tanana. I'm looking at the umpires for tonight. Rich Garcia back to the plate, Greg Kosk at first base, Rick Reed at second, and Tim McClellan at third. Started to say about Frank Tanana, Bill, remember when he first began, he was with the California Angels, and he had a good fastball.
And a great curve.
And great curve to go along with it, of course, and he got hurt there after a while, but he has come back. He worked hard to try and come back. I remember in the beginning he was a little bit flaky, cocky, but he could pitch.
Yep. But he's also matured off the field.
Yeah.
And as you've mentioned now, instead of being a hard thrower with a great curveball, he's become a pitcher, and he doesn't really throw that hard. Every once in a while he'll reach back and try to slip a fastball by somebody, but normally he will simply waste the fastball and try to make you hit the junk. He's got the slow curve, he's got the change up, and he'll just show you his fastball out of the strike zone.
He's become a pitcher by necessity.
Just trying to survive.
Right. Instead of a thrower. And right now, here's Ricky Henderson leading off for New York, taking inside for ball one. Ricky hitting 120. Got off to a very slow start, but he's begun to pick up slowly. Everything he's been doing has been slow except running the bases. There's the strike. Stole 2 bases in 1 game. Hit 1 home run, but there's a couple of times he could have really been a hero at Yankee Stadium. Hit the ball hard. There's a high foul off first, and it's going to be out of play. Hit the ball hard once into a double play in the 9th inning. Missed by inches of winning the ball game.
Hit the ball hard too, Mel, at Comiskey Park, Chicago, but hit in bad luck. He's left quite a few men on base since he's been with the Yankees, but of course he missed most of all spring training.
Oh, of course. He missed, what, 3 weeks?
Yep.
He's had 3 out of 25, 4 RBIs. tip drop. Ricky Henderson. Frank Tanana. Frank's about, what, 31 years old. Give him a break on that anyway. Check swing foul. Stump Merrill coaching down at first. Gene Michael coaching at third. Stump Merrill was the manager at Columbus last year. He swapped positions with Doug Holmquist and went from first base coach of the Yankees to Columbus as manager. It's low. Was I on the button?
You're right on the button at 31, Mel. Seems like he's been around longer than that. Seems like he's been around longer, too.
Up high. Full count on Ricky Henderson. I'd like to see Ricky do what he's doing right now, being a little more patient. And leadoff man, I'd like to see him get on base. Then he can worry the pitcher, distract him. Line drive foul down the left field line. Over toward where the Yankee bullpen is located.
Not only does he distract the pitcher, Mel, the catcher's got to call more fastballs because he doesn't want Henderson to get that big jump on a breaking ball. And the shortstop and second baseman have to watch Henderson. They have to cheat just a little bit towards second base.
Again, the payoff pitch. It's a high fly ball that's playable out into right center. Parrish calling for it. An interesting change in this batting order, whether it stays this way or not. He dropped Randolph out of the number 2 spot and put Griffey in there. He's coming up now. One of the reasons it's always good to have a left-hand batter coming up if your leadoff man gets on, especially a good base runner like Henderson. Griffey looks at one, and it's low. Ball 1.
Well, the left-handed batter shields the base runner from the catcher.
Makes him back up maybe half step or so. It's in there.
And Griffey also does a pretty good job of pulling the ball with the man at first base. He doesn't normally pull, but if they get the first baseman holding the runner on, Griffey has the bat control to hit the ball past him.
Now Ken Griffey takes it outside. Both teams are having slumps. The Yankees have lost 3 in a row, and the Rangers 5. There's a line drive foul into the Ranger bullpen down the right field sector. Down into the right field sector. Into the private sector as opposed to the government sector. Which rhymes with vector and hector. He hit that ball badly down toward first. Alan Bannister to Frank Tanana. They're 2 away.
Bannister not normally a first baseman. He's a utility infielder, and he'll also play the outfield for you. And he got the toss to Tanana covering. Here's Bannister backing up. Came up in the Philadelphia Philly organization as a shortstop, and he's played quite a few positions since he's been in the big leagues. Went to the White Sox. Played just about every infield position there except first base, I believe.
Here's Don Mattingly hitting 277. He's been hit this his last 6-7 times at bat. Looks to me like he's been trying to uppercut the ball too much, Bill. It may just seem that way to me.
Well, Mattingly still, yeah, he doesn't have his timing yet, Mel, and he might still be giving him a little bit of trouble. But even though he's having a little bit of problems, he's still batting 277. Once he gets his timing and he starts driving the ball to left center field and right center field and lifting the ball a little bit to get his home runs, he'll be all right.
We're in the first of the first, 2 outs. A 1-1 count on Mattingly. No score. Frank Tanana doing the pitching for Texas. There's a drive foul. Hit a long way down the right field line. Into the stands and bounces away from the hand of a spectator.
This pitch might have been up a little bit, and Mattingly to lift a little bit and get the head of the bat out in front of the ball and pulled it foul.
fly ball into center. George Wright makes the catch. Side is retired in order. And the score at the end of the first half, the first inning, the Yankees nothing, the Rangers coming to bat.
Once again, Mel, the changes the Yankees have made. John Montefusco has been restored to the roster. Dale Murray has been released, and Willie Horton will be a Yankee coach. Defensively, let's look at the Yankees. Don Mattingly at first base. Willie Randolph at second. The shortstop is Bobby Meacham. Mike Pagliarulo playing third base. Dale Barra still has that bad finger. Ken Griffey in left field. Ricky Henderson's a center fielder. Dave Winfield in right. Butch Weiniger behind the plate. And on the mound for the Yankees, Ron Guidry. He's making his fourth start and appearance. He has the Yankees' only complete game. That was a loss. He's won a game, lost two, and Guidry's ERA 3.34. And Ron normally pitches well against the Texas Rangers. Look at the Rangers' batting order. We'll have Toby Harrell leading off, playing second. Gary Ward in left. Buddy Bell batting third, playing third. The right fielder is Larry Parrish. Cliff Johnson, the former Yankee, is the designated hitter. Alan Bannister batting sixth, playing first base. George Wright in center field. Don Slott catching. And batting ninth, Wayne Tollison. Mel?
Okay, Bill. And in giving the lineup, manager Doug Rader has used 10 lineups in the first 17 Ranger games. Give everybody a chance.
Out of necessity.
Yeah. 5-12. Toby Harrell, he played with the Yankees last year. At least he wore their lineup. I mean, they wore their uniform, was in the lineup. He's been having a great start here with the Rangers, with whom he had played before, batting .339.
Sometimes it's a lot easier to play when there's no pressure on you.
Right. There's the drive into center field. Here comes Ricky Henderson, and he makes the catch. He had to turn on the speed.
Ricky had some problems earlier playing center field. We saw that at the stadium, and we saw that a bit in Chicago. Here he gets a good jump on the ball. These stands aren't very high, and he can probably see the ball a lot better. Got a good jump and made the catch easily.
Gary Ward got off to a slow start, but he's been hitting the ball well lately. He's hitting 7 straight games, and in those 7 games, he's hit for an average of .375. There's a strike. Overall, on the season, he's hitting .286. At 20 out of 70, driven in 9 runs, hit 1 homer. Foul back. I believe he hit that homer yesterday.
We've been talking about trades. When you make trades, everybody says we hope it'll help each team, but really they don't want. They think they can snooker the team they're sending their player to, but this has been a pretty good deal for both teams. Ward has hit well, especially the second half of the season for Texas, and those good pitchers that went to Minnesota did a good job.
He swung, and he's out of it. Now comes Buddy Bell. Generally considered the best third baseman in the American League. That's arguable when you think the guy plays third for Kansas City.
Well, this year he's had some problems in the field. He's had a lot of problems catching the ball. He's an excellent player, knows how to play. Of course, he's got good genes. His father played in the big league.
He wear him? Hitting .221, 15 out of 68. That's when the game's over. There's a line drive in the left field, coming fast. Griffey got it, about knee high. Good play by Ken. That ball was hit hard. Out in order, and the score at the end of the first inning. Yankees nothing, the Rangers nothing.
Well, Mel, those are some mean-looking storm clouds down here in Arlington, Texas, and they've had a lot of rain down here, tornadoes and hail.
I was just going to say, what you're looking at right now is a live shot of what could turn into a tornado before this ball game is over. They were talking about it in the press room a while ago. I don't want to be around. We're ready to go into the first half of the second inning. Dave Winfield leads off for New York with Don Baylor on deck and Butch Weiniger to follow. Frank Tanana pitching. Inside, ball one. Dave hitting .258. Takes ball two. You know, they're talking about Billy Martin being selected as the Yankee manager for the 4th time, which could be some sort of record
in the American League.
Yeah, American League. And there's the strike. But I remember 1946. I came out of the Army earlier in the year. The Yankees had 3 managers in 1 year, 1 season.
I think Danny Murtaugh managed the Pirates 4 times over the National League.
There's a line drive, base hit into center field. Right out over second base. He hit that a little bit toward the end of the bat, just a little bit above the trademark, wasn't it, Bill?
Well, the infield's really hard here. The tarp has been on. Anytime you let the tarp on a while, it will bake down. There's a ball right in front of the plate and over Tanana's head on out in the center field. Winfield gets a lot of top spin on a ball.
You can remember Tanana when he was a California Angels top banana. That's enough for that. Here's Don Baylor.
Baylor's in 6 straight, and he's raised his batting average to .276.
I'd like to see 2 or 3 of these fellows start to hitting consistently. Takes it inside for a ball. He's had 16 out of 58. Tanana ready. Winfield with his lead. And he's getting back. You look at this Ranger lineup, and all of a sudden you say, we're playing Detroit, Bannister, Parrish, in tight. But it is easy when you're broadcasting. You'll say Lance Parrish, Frank Parrish, or Parrish in the spring. In tight.
Well, the Yankees look like they're going to make Tanana throw strikes. There's Gene Michael giving signs, which is what you and Dave Winfield at first. That's what you have to do with Tanana. Make him throw the ball over the plate. He'd like to get you out on a bad pitch if he can.
3-0. Now it's 3-1. And the wind is blowing in right now. Flags center field. Favor the pitcher. Dave getting back.
Tanana has a fairly decent move for a left-hander, but it takes him a long time to deliver the ball to first base. He's got good motion, but it takes him a long time to get it over there.
There goes the runner. Foul ball. Back toward the screen. Winfield returning to first. Full count on Don Baylor. You got Butch Weiniger on deck. See if Frank throws over again. No, he's coming to the plate. There goes the runner. It's inside. And no, ball 4. Winfield eases up into second base. Baylor takes over at first. And the batter, Butch Weiniger. Butch hitting .288. He hasn't hit too much last few times at bat. Had about 1 hit last, what, 7 times, 8 times at bat.
It'll be interesting to see what Martin does here. Will he bunt the runners over, or will he allow Weiniger to swing away to try for the big inning?
Bell's in close. There's the strike. He's not in on the grass. He's right at the edge of the grass at third.
Well, Weininger made no move to bunt, so evidently he's got the green light all the way backside, and he checks Gene Michael at third again.
Weininger's not too fast, and maybe that's one of the reasons that Bell's not in on the grass, but just at the edge of it at third. He can go either way. Move in or stay where he is.
Well, Tanana held the ball too long, and Weininger backed out and got a time call.
Got time check, 7:58. Sports Channel time. Weininger fouls it into the Yankee dugout and off the hand of one of the Yankee players.
Well, he won't get a breaking ball that high again. That was way up, and you don't want to throw a curveball up there. And Weininger got out in front of it and on top of it.
Who's at the water cooler? That's Guidry?
That's probably Guidry. He's got the jacket over the left arm there. Martin.
Weininger being a switch hitter. Got the outfield playing him a little toward the left. Inside. We just had a flash from Gotham saying it's 8:58 New York time. In other words, it's an hour earlier down here in Texas.
Willie Randolph's on deck.
There's a bouncer down to Bell. Now by him, but to the shortstop in time, to the second baseman. Toby Harrah playing second.
I thought Bell might cut that ball off. He had a better chance of getting two than Collison. Here it is again. Bell moving to his left. We mentioned he's having some problems fielding, so maybe he decided to let the shortstop have this ball, but had he cut it off and gotten it to Harrah a little quicker, they might have turned to, but Baylor bearing down on Harrah, and Baylor's known for hard slide, and Harrah got out of the way.
So here's Willie Randolph. The runners on first and third. We're in the second inning, no score. One out. Winfield on third, Weininger on first, and there's a strike. That up pitch got the outside part of the plate. Bobby Meacham on deck. It's up to Willie Randolph right now to get the Yankees rolling. Get them to driving in runs with less than 2 outs. Men in scoring position.
Well, he's still looking for his first run batted in this year. Batting down in the lineup, he'll have obviously more opportunities. He had been batting second or first when Henderson was hurt.
With Bannister holding against Weininger, a lot of room between Bannister and the second baseman, Toby Harrah. If he can go to right field, which often he does, but he hits it right out to second, and one out. There's the throw to first, double play. And once again, the Yankees blow an opportunity to go out into the lead. Harrah tagging out Weininger and throwing on to first to double up Randolph. No runs, one hit. One left on, and the score at the end of an inning and a half. Yankees nothing, Rangers nothing.
Well, Mel, that double play, the Yankees might have been able to steal a run. Of course, it's easy up here. This ball really isn't hit that hard. Now, you see Harrah picking the ball up. All Weininger had to do was stop and go back to first base. I don't think they could have gotten a Harrah to Tolleson back to first base double play because the ball is hit hard enough. Now, Weininger should have stopped and gone back to first base to make Harrah either go to second for the force or throw the ball to first base to get Randolph. Then they would have had Weininger in the run down. Winfield would have scored the run.
Right on the butt. Back up, make them chase you. Last half the second, a strike to Larry Parrish. There's a bouncer to short. Meacham double chuck and gets him out at first base. Up now is ex-Yankee and Blue Jay Cliff Johnson. Here's that play.
Parrish trying to pull a pitch away from him and Meacham over in the hole. Plays it from the side instead of getting in front of it. Takes his time. He's got plenty of time. And makes a good throw over to Don Mattingly. And they've got Parrish by a lot.
Came down this year from Toronto. There's the strike.
Got a farm down here in Texas. He wanted to be near his home. He figured this will be the last contract that he will sign. I believe he's got a 3-year deal here.
Wearing number 44. Did he wear 44 at Toronto?
What's that?
Did he wear number 44 at Toronto?
I don't remember.
I don't either. Ron Guidry comes in with the pitch. Bill White wore number 44.
No, Henry Aaron wore number 44. That's the only
Reggie
44
Jackson
I
wore
remember.
number 44. Reggie wore 44. But Hank Aaron is the first one I remember. Fastball.
Well, Johnson takes his time leaving the plate as Guidry snuck a fastball by him on the outside corner. Johnson had been jawing with home plate umpire Rich Garcia. Garcia punches him out, and he didn't say much, just walked slowly back to the dugout.
I just adjusted my earphones. You know what I heard was that you had once, not that you wore number 44, once you had gone
0 for 44. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, come on. Here's Alan Bannister. Takes a strike.
Yep, that happened.
I wonder if Floyd Bannister of the White Sox any kin to him.
No, no relation.
It doesn't matter with different ball clubs anyway. They got his name starred up on the board. Hitting .295, 33 out of 112. Playing first base tonight, as Bill mentioned a little while ago. Plays several positions. Well, that was last year's stat.
It's only been up once this year.
That's the way to get it. 3 up and 3 down. 2 strikeouts for Guidry. And the score at the end of 2 innings of play remains Yankees nothing, the Rangers nothing.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Yankees and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers for this telecast are selected by Sports Channel and approved by the Yankees.
In 1946, Bill, I started to tell you, Joe McCarthy started out the year managing the Yankees. He had a run-in with Larry McPhail, who was the general manager. And he resigned. And later on, a year later, went to the Red Sox. And Bill Dickey took over the reins for a while. And Johnny Mune, who was chief scout at that point, next to Paul Critchell, he took over as manager. So they had 3 in one season. Here's Bobby Meacham leading off for New York in the first of the 3rd. 1 hopper to Bell at 3rd, over to Bannister, 1 away.
Well, it's always, the players have mixed feelings as we watch this again with Meacham jumping on Tanana's first pitch and trying to pull it past Bell. But there's always a very strange feeling when you do change managers.
Mike Pagliarulo taking it inside for a ball. Hitting .292. It's in there. He's hit hit the only home run by a left-hander for the Yankees. In fact, not many of the Yankees have hit home runs so far this year. Curveball up high. 2-1 the count. There's the drive in the left field. It's in there for a base hit, taken on a pop by Gary Ward. Holding up after the turn, Mike Paldirulo, single to left. It's one thing the Yankees have missed a lot, particularly at home. I would say anywhere, but especially at Yankee Stadium, where you can use a left-hand batter that can pull that ball for distance.
Well, on this in this lineup, obviously they don't have that outside of Mattingly, and Mattingly basically is he'll hit the ball where it's pitched.
He plays the whole field too. Ricky Henderson applied to right field first time up. Frank Tanana working for the Rangers, trying to break their 5-game losing streak. Up high for a ball.
What the Yankees have not done, Mel, they've not scored those runs in bunches. They've not had that big 5-run inning. And when I think once they do that and they get over the hump, they'll start playing a pretty good baseball, put everything together offensively.
They're capable of it.
Yes, they're capable of it. Unfortunately, they're capable of it not with the long ball, though. Sometimes you need somebody to just pop that long ball out to be the constant threat, so you get 3 or 4 runs at one swing.
There's a line drive base hit to center field, but Pags will have to stop at second. George Wright puts it back in.
You mentioned earlier that they hadn't really hit that many home runs so far this year, and that obviously has kept their run production down. The Yankees so far this year have just 7 home runs.
Right.
And they've scored 50, let's see, 52 they've driven in, but they've scored 57. So the others have probably scored on errors. But the Rangers have even scored 65 runs this year, so they've outscored the Yankees.
Here's Ken Griffey with Paldirulo on second, Henderson on first, 1 out, no score, first of the 3rd. Curveball over, strike 1.
Tanana's throwing an awfully high curveball. He hasn't really broken that curveball down in a way like he would like it from left-handers and down and in on right-handers. You can get hurt up there with your curveball.
Took the words right out of my mouth. A little bit outside, got that one down but out. A 1-1 count. Outfield playing Griffey straight away. Pags on second, Henderson on first. 1 away. Bluff to second base, no throw. Wayne Tollison trying to break in behind him. Going back a couple of years when Bucky Dent came down from the Yankees to the Rangers, Tollison eventually replaced him, at least for a while, at shortstop. Well, or so when did
second base he played quite a bit, yeah.
Well, he played second mostly. Took a good rip. Over the ball, 1-2. Winter time, though, briefly. Here it is again.
This is a wide breaking curveball. It turns over, and Griffey just was off it a little bit and couldn't hit it.
I thought there was a brief time when Bucky was out of the lineup that he played short. Anyway, right now, here's Ken Griffey with a 1-2 count and 1 out. There's a drive foul on the right field line. Deep foot foul. Count remains 1-2 on Griffey. Yankees will be home at the end of the week with the Kansas City Royals. you'll be there. Look out. There's a high pop into short center. Coming in is George Wright. Runners go back. When I hollered, look out, Wayne Tollison had slipped in behind Mike Pagliarulo. I was looking for a
playback
at second base.
Well, Tollison's in talking to Tanana now. They've got to want to get their signs together, because with Tollison behind second, that opened up a lot of the left side of the infield, and instead of stepping off, Tanana pitched.
2 away. Here's Don Mattingly. Flying to center field in the first inning. No score, first of the third. Runners on first and second. That's low, ball 1. Mike Pagliarulo with 1 out, single to left, followed by Ricky Henderson's single. Griffey's fly ball to center, out number 2. Curveball over, strike 1. Looked as if he's going to stay inside for a while, Bill, but broke over that inside corner. There's Gene Michael giving the signs. Pags leads off second. Henderson off first. 2 away. Mattingly takes it outside, way out. 2-1 the count. Tanana's throwing a lot of pitches. Not an extraordinary number, but he's still throwing a lot of pitches. And Mattingly takes it, strike 2. That one got the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Billy Martin looking on from the dugout. His first day upon being returned to the managerial role of the Yankees. Foul ball in behind first base coach Stump Merrill and on out into the Ranger dugout. Two, 2 on. 2 out. 2 balls. 2 strikes. 2 hits in the inning. No score. First to the third. Pagliarulo leads off second. Henderson off first. Curveball outside. Ball 3. So with 2 away, it's running time at Arlington, Texas. Pags and Henderson will be released with the release of the pitch, which is not being released to the plate. Bluff at second base at Pags. Now Tanana looks back in to get the sign. Runners lead away again. And there they go. And there's a base hit in right center field. Pags rounds third. He's coming in to score. Extra bases. Around third comes Henderson. He'll score on a 2-run double by Don Mattingly. And the Yankees lead it 2-0.
Well, Mattingly caught the center fielder George Wright hitting him just a bit toward left center field. And it took Wright quite a while to get to that ball. You see Wright's over in left center. Now he comes over toward right center. That ball hits and scoots. Pagliarulo scores easily from second base. Now Wright has to go back to get the ball. And Henderson, who has excellent speed, scores. And he scores all the way from first. And the Yankees have a 2-run lead. It's 2-0. And Mattingly now has 9 runs batted in.
Don Mattingly, American League batting champion in 1984 with a .343 average, puts the Yankees out in front and brings up Dave Winfield, whom he fought for the batting championship. Dave wound up at .340, right down to the wire to the 8th inning of the last game of the year. But Dave has got an opportunity now to get himself an RBI. He's only had 6 so far this season. Fastball over for a strike. I don't think he was looking for that pitch, Bill. Well, from up here, it looked like a pretty good pitch for him.
He's
better high fastball.
Yeah, I think Dave thought it might have been a little high.
I don't know why those fellas do that, because up here we can tell.
Well, you know, here, Mel, this is where the Yankees have to jump on a pitcher. They've got Tanana on the ropes. Nobody's getting loose in the bullpen. Mattingly just drove in 2 runs. You got a left-hander out there, and you could use a long ball in a situation like this. And of course, you can't presuppose long ball.
There's a smash to third, bobbled momentarily by Bell. Recovers in time to throw to Bannister to retire Winfield. And the Yankees, who came up with 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 man left on base, and at the end of 2.5 innings, the score: the Yankees 2, the Rangers nothing.
There you see Billy Martin's record on your screen. Billy's first managing job in the big leagues with Minnesota. He's also been at Detroit, Texas. This is his 4th time with the Yankees. Also at Oakland. He has finished first 5 times in his career. And the lowest he's been was 6 with Texas back in 1973. So Billy Martin, Mel, always keeps his ball club, or the club he gets seems to always have a chance to be in contention.
He's awakened every club he's been with: Minnesota, Detroit, Texas, Oakland, and of course the Yankees. Heretofore. As we move into the last half of the 3rd inning in the first meeting this year between the Yankees and the Rangers, the Yankees leading 2-0. George Wright will be the first man up. There was a possibility that Doug Rader, Ranger skipper, might have benched him tonight because Wright had gone into a slump, but decided to keep him in there against the left-hand pitcher. Ron Guidry. Let that one by him. Guidry pitched the Yankees' first complete game last time out. I guess that's the only one.
The only one they have.
Although he lost the game 2-1. George Wright takes a breaking pitch inside.
That was a home run given up to Julio Franco in the first inning, and Franco decided to take a walk the next day. And he came back on Sunday.
He got lost in the East Bronx. You can get lost if you don't walk.
Well, that stadium's off a big place to not be able to find in the Bronx.
I went to visit somebody once. I went into the right street, but it happened to be one of those wide U-turns, foul back. You didn't know you were making the U-turn. You ever go down the street and you think you're going straight? It's just a gradual turn, and I came back out on the street at another end. Just above the knees, 3rd straight strikeout for Louisiana Lightning.
And this is his 4th overall, just a good low fastball that throws Mr. Wright.
Don Slop.
Mel, that Guidry pitches well against the Rangers. He's won 11 games in his career against Texas and lost to them just 3 times.
Slot hitting .250. Another fastball by him. Engine number 49.
Like Shea here.
chipping that ball in there right on time. Foul off to the right of the plate, out of play. Didn't there used to be a song when you and I were young, Maggie? Engine number 9 running on Chicago line.
I thought you were talking about the roar of the airplanes. Evidently, the landing patterns have changed here at the Dallas Fort Worth Airport.
You mean the trains are flying now? And he struck him out. 4 in a row for Guidry. 5 altogether. Struck out Gary Ward in the first inning.
Here's again, it's the hard slider down out of the strike zone. Slot slashes at it. The catcher, Weiniger, trapped the ball and tagged Slot before he could get too far out of the home plate area.
Boy, when I think of '78, when he had that good slider. But, you know, teams started laying off that slider. Of course, his fastball had a couple more feet on it. And he's been working on the change. Here's Wayne Tollison. And there's a looper out in the center for a base hit. First off, Guidry.
Well, Ron had retired 8 straight Rangers, and he had struck out 5 of those 8 before giving up that 2-out base hit to Wayne Tollison. Tollison now has good speed, and the Rangers are down just 2-0, so we might see a little hit and run or even a steal here with Tollison.
And you've got Toby Harrah up there. Two-out bunt attempt. Caught Paddy Rulo deep. Well, I know every once in a while you and Scooter discuss strategy and don't necessarily agree. But I can't understand a guy who can hit the ball out of this park with 2 outs and 2 behind. Bunt.
Well, maybe that's why he's playing here. He can do whatever he wants to.
Yeah, I guess so.
No pressure playing here.
There's a bouncer to short. 2 outs. Meacham over to Randolph to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left on base, and the score at the end of 3 innings of play. The Yankees lead the Rangers 2-0. Ready now for the first half of the 4th inning. And the left-hander is all set here. Bill White to carry on.
All right, Mel, and Tanana's first pitch to Baylor is a strike. Yankees lead 2-0. A 2-run double by Don Mattingly in the 3rd inning, giving the Yankees their 2 runs. Baylor's been up once and walked. It'll be Baylor, Weiniger, and Randolph against Tanana, and it's 1-1 on Baylor. It's beat the Yankee hanky night here in Arlington. I think the Cleveland Indians started that fad, and it's been picked up down here in Texas. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Baylor as Tanana took a bit off. Yankees have 2 runs on 4 hits. The Texas Rangers, no runs on just 1 base hit off of Ron Guidry. Baylor down on strike. That's the first strikeout for Tanana, and there's 1 down here in the 4th inning. We're joined by the scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
Well, I tell you, this is a treacherous part of the country, White.
What's the matter?
Weather-wise, just got an alert that there's a flooding watch in this county, Tarrant County. And we are in Tarrant County.
It's a big county. Butch Weiniger takes a ball. Big county. Don't have to worry about it.
Oh, yeah? We've had some dandies here in the last couple of days.
Yeah. A lot of rain. You'd like that back up east. In Jersey, especially.
No kidding?
Sure, you'd like to get some rain.
Oh, you'd like to get some rain.
You'd like to get some of this rain up there.
I didn't quite hear you. You're right. They had another beautiful day today, and it's great to have beautiful days, but you got to get that rain. They're rationing water up there.
So the count's a ball and a strike on Weiniger. Butch has been up once and forced a runner. I think the Yankees might have been able to steal a run back in the 2nd, Scooter, when it's a base hit for Butch. Ball stops out there. Ward will get it in. When Randolph hit that ball, it wasn't hard enough for a double play. Had Weiniger stayed at first base and gotten caught in the rundown, I think Winfield would have scored easily.
All he had to do was stop and go back to first. Let Harrah throw to first to eliminate the force play, and then the run would have scored, as you said. And then they tag Weiniger out, get the double play, but the run counts. Yeah, Butch realized too late that he had pulled a rock.
Yep.
Kicked the ground. And
Willie Randolph bounced into that double play. Harrah picked the ball up, tagged Weiniger as he went by, then threw on the first base to double up Randolph, and Winfield was left at third.
I thought for sure Willie was going to get his first RBI of the year.
And that's a curve in for a strike on Randolph. Well, Billy Martin has shaken the lineup up a bit. He's moved Griffey up to the second spot. Randolph batting seventh. Willie's hit in 11 of his last 12 ball games. And sometimes you don't get the opportunity to drive in too many runs when you bat first or second.
No, that's right.
There's Gene Michael flashing signs. Before the ball game, if you look at Weiniger first, Martin had Gene Michael and Stump Merrill over. They had a conference going over his new signs. And Tanana thought something might be on. Of course, Billy's been here so often, they should know his signs.
That's right. He's managed both teams.
And a fastball snuck by Randolph on the inside corner. Ball and 2 strikes. Yankees leading 2-0. We're in the top half of the 4th inning.
Tough pitch right there, right on the inside corner.
Well, every once in a while, Tanana will put a little extra on his fastball. He can't get it up there in 90 anymore, but he has enough speed, and he tried to sneak another one past Randolph, and it's 2-2.
Tanana thought that was in the same spot.
Well, you give one, take one. Now we're even. One down. Tanana, it's going to be trouble. Randolph has a base hit. Tanana, falling off the mound toward third base, had to go back toward first. Brad tried to grab the ball barehanded, and it's a base hit for Randolph.
He got a little panicky there and didn't use his glove as we watch it again.
Look at him. He's off toward third.
Right. And he tears up a big divot. But then he goes with the bare hand and can't get it.
Come back here. So Randolph gets a hit. Here as we look at another angle, just out of reach. So Randolph with a base hit, runners first and second, one down, and that'll bring up Bobby Meacham for the Yankees. Meacham has been up once and bounced the ball to third base. Yankees trying to break a 3-game losing streak, and the Rangers trying to break a 5-game losing streak. It's their second 5-game losing streak this year, the Rangers. They started off 0-5. Then won 5 of their next 7. We looked at Weiniger at second and Randolph at first, and now they are on another 5-game losing streak. Sometimes you hate to play teams when they're in a streak like that.
That's right, because they're due to break out of it.
Yeah. That curves a strike, 1-1. On the other hand, the Yankees have lost 3 straight up in Chicago.
All by 1 run.
Yeah. The last 2 especially heartbreakers.
Oh, they were.
Two on Meacham. Tanana going with the slow curveball. Last year, these two teams split 12 games. The Yankees won 6 and the Rangers 6. Left field, going back is Ward. A high drive into the seats. Bobby Meacham got the ball up in the air, and it got into the seats in left field. For Meacham, that's his first home run of the year. And now what are they doing?
Willie, I think he passed Willie Randolph. Wait a minute. Willie's going to score, but he's out. Meacham must have passed Willie Randolph. Oh, what a way to lose a home run. I don't believe it. It didn't look like it was going to go, and I'm sure Willie went back to tag up.
And Gene Michael's going to argue now. That's the second base umpire, Rick Reed. Let's look at it again. We're all watching the ball go in the seats. I didn't see what happened at first.
No. But
here's Ward going back.
What must have happened, Bill, Meacham looking at the ball and Willie looking at the ball, and then Bobby ran right by him. Oh, what a way to lose a home run. That is.
So Meacham is out for passing the runner. That's didn't Joe Adcock do that in a no-hitter?
Yes, he did.
With the left-hander pitch for Pittsburgh.
Harvey Haddix
In the 12th inning. So 2-run score. The Yankees now lead 4-0.
Can you believe that he only gets a single on that?
And I guess you would give the first baseman the put out?
Yep.
Count on Palirulo as no balls and a strike. He singled and scored ahead of Mattingly on Mattingly's 2-run double in the third. And the count on Pags now.
I can't ever remember seeing that play before.
We just got the word from the official score, Scooter. As you mentioned, Meacham gets a single. He gets the 2 runs batted out. And the first baseman, Alan Bannister, gets a put out on Meacham. I have never seen that before.
I never saw it either. I know it's happened.
What do you call that, a single into the left field seats?
Oh, unbelievable.
2-1 on Palirulo. Now it's 3-1. Pags hung in there in that third inning and lined a base hit to left. And they say he can't hit left-handers.
I thought he hit left-handers fairly well last year.
I did too. And that sidearm fastball got the corner. It's 3-2 on Palirulo. Yankees now lead by a score of 4-0 over Texas.
He's going to get more opportunities now with Dale Berra and the broken finger.
Now time is called. The ball got loose out in right field. The Rangers have a right-hander out there warming up. He just threw a ball off the 330 mark. That's Bert Hooton out there loosening up.
Oh, and that knuckle curve got away from him.
That hit the wall. 3-2 on Palirulo. Drilled into center field. Right there. Palirulo hit the ball hard again. And the side is retired. But the Yankees scored 2 runs on 3 hits. And there's nobody left on base. And at the end of 3.5 innings of play, the Yankees lead Texas 4-0. Well, the Mets take to the diamond for a 2-game set with Houston. Catch them on SportsChannel tomorrow and Wednesday at 7:30. Nolan Ryan leads his Astros to shade. So don't miss a minute. The Mets and the Astros only on SportsChannel. Gary Ward will lead off for the Rangers. We're playing the bottom half of the 4th inning, and the Yankees lead 4-0 over Texas. Guidry struck out Ward in the 1st inning. 1 of 5 strikeouts talked up by the Yankee left-hander. It'll be Ward, Bell, and Parrish for the Rangers. And the slider misses low and in. Ward has a 7-game hitting streak going. He's batting .286, off to a far better start this spring than he was last year at this time for Texas. 2 balls, no strikes on Ward. He came here for pitchers John Butcher and Mike Smithson. Smithson and Butcher going to Minnesota, and Ward coming to the Rangers.
He took a pitch right down Broadway his first time.
Yeah. That's a base hit. Looked fastball and got it. That's the second base hit for the Rangers. Off Guidry. A leadoff single by Gary Ward in the 4th inning. And that'll bring on the third baseman, Buddy Bell. Bell off to a slow start, came in batting .221. Hit the ball hard in the 1st inning, but Ken Griffey caught it on the run near the line and left.
He's also having a bad year in the field.
Yeah.
7 errors already. He doesn't make that in a whole season.
time, Bell didn't request to be traded.
Yeah, that's
over
right.
the winter. He thought they were going to have a pretty good ball club this year. Of course, the year has just started. And that's a base hit. Ward's going to gamble on Winfield. And just off the bag.
Oh, man, if that throw was on the money, they'd have had him. Oh, that Winfield's got a rifle out there.
Well, if he's throwing out down 4 runs, I think he better keep running. Just go on through the Yankee dugout, go on home.
You're right. I was surprised he went. Because he hesitated a little bit at second base, and then Winfield come up firing on a fly all the way from right field.
So the Rangers have runners at first and third. Here it is again.
Touch Dave. Little hop, skip, and a bullet just barely offline. Look at that ball carry.
Well, the Rangers have runners at first and third. Nobody out in the 4th inning, and Larry Parrish is a batter. He bounced short in the first in the 2nd inning. So he's 0 for 1 in the game. Good slider. Bert Hooton is still throwing in the Ranger bullpen, so he might come on for Tanana in the 5th inning. Right here, the Yankees trying to choke off the Rangers. They have runners at first and third, nobody out. Guidry already has 5 strikeouts, and he needs a couple here. And away center deep, going back Henderson, that's gone.
Oh,
Way up into the bleachers in straightaway center field. Now Larry Parrish just got 3 runs back, and the Yankees now lead 4-3. That's Parrish, his 3rd home run of the year.
oh man, that was really tagged. That went about 10 or 12 rows in dead center field. You know, since they added that enclosure, Bill, been many more home runs hit in this ballpark.
Especially center field. Ball really carries straight away, and that ball
Look
was
at this. Watch where it hits.
Whoa, that's in that second section up there. So, right away, the Rangers back in the ball game as Larry Parrish has just hit a 3-run shot off Guidry. And here's Cliff Johnson, who was called out on strikes in the 2nd inning.
It was a little strange. You remember that good slider he threw Parrish on the first pitch, then he tried to throw the fastball by him.
Somebody just gave me a note, Scooter, that said in 1976, Tim McCarver passed Gary Maddox on a Grand Slam home run. That must have been in Philadelphia.
Oh, boy. We didn't see that, but...
No. And Johnson run it and fouled it back. No balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of times you run either watching the ball go in the seats or with your head down, go break into your home run trot. You forget there were runners on.
Well, normally you do that on a line drive. On a long fly like that, you sort of, wouldn't you think you check that out and check the runners too?
You'd think you would, but like you say, when it started out, it was doubtful it was going in. I think Meacham was giving it body English and Willie was tagging up.
Well, he body English, he boogalooed right by Randolph, and they lost a run. Johnson down on strike for the 2nd time, and that's the first out here in the 4th inning, and strikeout number 6 for Guidry. And that'll bring on Alan Bannister.
You know, that would have happened to me in the World Series, except Bill Dickey grabbed me. He was on first. And you know the short right field porch, and I hit an outside pitch, and he just barely cleared. And I'm going, I figured I might get a double out of this. And all of a sudden, like hitting a brick wall, and Dickey's got my head down, he grabbed me.
Stop.
Yeah, and I was surprised. I thought maybe the umpire called me out for him interfering with me, but...
He conveniently didn't see it.
Oh, boy.
That's inside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Alan Bannister. He struck out in the 2nd. Guidry struck out 4 straight Rangers in the 2nd and 3rd innings. And that's a strike, 1 and 2. You got Johnson and Bannister in the second, and you got George Wright and Don Slott to lead off the third. That's a waste pitch. Fastball well out of the strike zone, 2-2. Yankees 4, Rangers 3. Bottom half of the fourth inning. Out of play. On the ninth inning, Montreal and Philadelphia tied 2-2. That's the only score we see on the board here in Arlington. Whoa, that was close. It's 3-2 on Bannister. Most of the games in the American League out on the West Coast. Boston at California, Toronto at Oakland, and Milwaukee at Seattle. One game in the Midwest, Cleveland playing Kansas City. That's foul. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes on Alan Bannister. Lined up for out number 2. Made a brief comment to Mel Scooter. I think center fielders have a lot more problems when the stands are high. When they play in a high stadium like Yankee Stadium or Oakland, they have those high seats. It's hard to pick up the ball sometimes because you're looking right into a lot of bright colors.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Although I think Henderson looking a little more comfortable in center, don't you?
Yeah.
Charging that ball better.
Here's George Wright, the Ranger center fielder, and that's foul.
Yep. You mentioned Bill Bert Hooton walked in from the bullpen with his jacket on his shoulder, so he'll probably come on.
Bert Hooton throws that knuckle curve. Breaking ball misses. 1-1 on George Wright. Yankees 4, Rangers 3. We're in the bottom half of the fourth inning. There are 2 outs, nobody on. The big hit this inning, the 3-run home run by Larry Parrish, his 3rd home run of the year. 2-1 on Wright. Come back and go back in the seats. And the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Wright. This is the first of 3 between the Yankees and the Rangers. Both teams need to win 3 straight. Yankees are 6-10. Place in the American League East. Got him with a bad pitch, and the side is retired. Strike out number 7 for Gidney. 3 runs, 3 hits, nobody left. We played 4. The Yankees 4, the Rangers 3.
Well, there's the new pitcher, as Bill showed you, Bert Hooton. And he takes over for Frank Tanana, who worked the first 4 innings. Tanana gave up 4 runs and 7 hits. Bill, wasn't Hooton mainly a starter for the Dodgers?
For the Dodgers, yeah. He started his career with the Chicago Cubs, then he was traded to the Dodgers. And, of course, he pitched, isn't that the kid that Jackson hit the home run on? Jackson hit all those home runs in the series. He got Hooton for a couple of them.
Hooton, yeah, and he got Charlie Huff, I remember, for one.
Hooton throws the knuckle curve. And he'll be pitching to Ricky Henderson, Ken Griffey, and Don Mattingly for the Yankees as we play the 5th inning. Yankees lead 4-3 over Texas. Henderson has flied to right field, and he's singled to center and scored a run. Henderson now has been up 27 times, has 4 hits, 1 home run, 4 runs batted in. Into left, and Gary Ward coming on. 1 away.
I don't remember Henderson hitting so many fly balls in the years he was with Oakland. Seems to be uppercutting everything.
Here's Ken Griffey. He's bounced to first and flied to center. Well, basically, this is sort of like spring training still for Henderson.
Yeah. Oh,
Off hook, and he'll make the play. Took his time, and he throws out Griffey for the second out. Hoot didn't panic.
nope. Got another look at it, see if it hit his glove or... Yeah, he got the glove there. That was really quick reflexes.
Well, the batter now for the Yankees is Don Mattingly. He's flied to center field and doubled in 2 runs. Mattingly gave the Yankees a 2-0 lead in the 3rd with a double. The Yankees got 2 more in the 4th. Larry Parrish hit a 3-run shot for Texas in the bottom of the 4th, and we're at 4-3 Yankees. 1 strike on Mattingly. Popped up. That might be trouble. It's getting down quickly. Hara didn't start back for the ball, and Mattingly has a base hit. Instead of going for the ball, Hara was pointing up into center field, and nobody could get to it.
Yeah, he gave up too quickly on that one. Look at it again. Wright is digging hard, but no way has he got a chance with that wind blowing. Once the ball gets up in the air, it affects the ball.
So Mattingly has a gift base hit, his 2nd hit of the ball game. He's at first base with 2 outs. And Dave Winfield is a batter. Winfield has singled to center field and bounced to 3rd. Tanana threw 79 pitches over 4 innings. That's quite a few.
That is a lot.
As Winfield takes a strike.
Mattingly gave a good bluff that time. He normally doesn't try to steal. I guess he was just bluffing.
And that's fouled back. 2 strikes on Winfield. Giving the Rangers fits. They've decided to take Dave Roseman out of the rotation and make him their stopper. Roseman last year with the Tigers, picked up in the free agent draft by Texas.
He would make a good stopper. He is tough coming out for a couple of innings.
I don't know if he throws hard enough, though. He throws that sinker.
Yeah, he's the kind got to get you to hit in a double play or hit the ball in the dirt. He's not a strikeout pitcher like you'd like to see out there.
Other than that, he has the credentials, though. He's flaky.
Look out.
Winfield down on strikes inside is retired. No runs, a base hit. Mattingly left. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. The Yankees 4, the Rangers 3. More Yankee baseball comes your way Saturday on Sports Channel. Catch the action when George Brett brings his bat to town to take on Winfield, Mattingly, and the rest of the Bombers. Saturday at 2, it's Royals and Yankees, only on Sports Channel. Now back here at Arlington Stadium, it's Yankees 4, the Rangers 3 as we play the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ron Guidry's already chalked up for 7 strikeouts in the ball game. That's on the plus side. On the negative side, he's given up a 3-run home run to Larry Parrish. And here in the 5th inning, he'll pitch to Don Slott, Wayne Tolleson, and then Toby Hara for the Texas Rangers.
Guidry's high strikeout total was 5 before tonight.
Well, Phil Niekro leads the Yankee pitching staff in strikeouts. Niekro struck out 24 in 24 1/3 innings. Guidry with 7 now has 19. And he's pitching in his 29th inning. So Don Slott, who normally gives the Yankees fits, he slices that ball somehow into right center field and just out of reach of Randolph and the Yankee center fielder and Winfield. He's got a little slot out there. Now he gets a base hit up the middle. Now Slott on at first base with a single. That kid Scott Fletcher with Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Hill with Chicago. Buck Martinez with Toronto. This guy, Slott, they seem to be able to do well against Yankee pitching. So the tying run at first base, and here's Wayne Tolleson, the shortstop. He's taken the job from Curtis Wilkerson. And he singled to center field in the 3rd inning, his only at-bat against Guidry. Ball 1.
Mattingly and Pags coming in at first and third looking for the bunt. He was ready to swing away.
It's a kid that went to Clemson.
Pretty good hit and run man, too. I thought they might have something on.
Now the bunt is on. Foul. Oh, Kansas City, Cleveland just got started. Cleveland batting in the first. They did not score, so the Royals are batting. And at first base is Don Slott. Royals will be in this weekend to play the Yankees at the stadium. Nick Hauser will bring his ball club in. Steve Balboni, George Brett,
Willie Wilson,
Frank White.
Hey, he had a couple of home runs in one game. Frank White.
Evidently, Kansas City trying to sign a lot of their players to so-called lifetime contracts.
That's unbelievable.
Ball and a strike on Tolleson. Guidry does not have that good left-handed balk move to first base, but he wants to keep Slott close there. That's high, 2-1. Run here?
I would think so. Get that man down to second base. Nope.
Nope. And it's fouled. 2-2. Oh, the White Sox like to hit and run.
Oh, boy. Well, they got a lot of speed, and they just lay that bat on the ball. Took 4 singles to score 1 run, but it was just enough.
Balls, 2 strikes on Wayne Tolleson. A lot of catches getting moved lately. Slott with Kansas City last year. That might be 2. They'll have to hurry, though, because Tolleson runs well. They do turn the double play.
That's a break for the Yankees.
Yep.
I couldn't figure why he didn't bunt or hit and run.
Around the horn. And they're 2 outs.
Good play by Pag and a good throw to Willie where he can handle it right up around the letters.
They got him by a step. So they're 2 outs, and here's Toby Harrah, the second baseman. He's flied to center field and forced a runner. Toby's 0 for 2. And takes a strike. Kansas City did not score in the bottom of the first, so it's 0-0 after 1. Cleveland playing at Kansas City. 2 strikes on Harrah.
Oh, the sudden, Montreal's in first place in that National League East.
Well, they're in a dogfight with Phillies now. It's 2-2 in the 9th inning. Buck Rogers coaching, managing Montreal. Billy Martin, the Yankees skipper. His first game here in 1985. I got a trivia question for you. Read the paper.
Yes, sir.
Billy's the first manager in the American League to manage one club 4 times.
Right.
Who's in the National League?
Danny Murtaugh.
Yeah. You're smart.
I read it today in the paper.
That's where I read it.
I'd have never known it.
I don't believe Danny was ever let go by the Pirates, so he retired.
He retired, right, for his health, and then he
late
came
Danny Murtaugh.
Great character, Danny.
Good buddy, your buddy from down in Marcus Hook, Pennsylvania, Mickey Vernon.
Oh, yes.
Mickey's now works for the Yankees. Into center field, and Henderson will have an easy time with this one, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, double play, nobody left. At the end of 5, Yankees 4, Rangers 3.
Good look at Billy Martin. He looks like he needs a good steak, White.
Good steak.
He's a little skinny.
Ah.
No?
Oh, let's check him out again. Let's check out that profile. You know, Billy was here for the last 3 days doing some advanced scouting for the Yankees. He's all right. Huh?
A little lean.
Don Baylor will lead off for the Yankees in the 6th inning. The Yankees lead 4-3 over Texas. Baylor has walked and struck out. And he takes inside ball 1. It'll be Baylor, Weiniger, and Randolph. They're in the 10th inning now in Philadelphia. Still Montreal 2, Phillies 2. That'll be base hit Baylor. He has now hit in 7 straight ball games. Baylor singles the center, leading off the 6th.
Hits it right off the end of the bat with a lot of English. And no chance for Tollison to come up with it. Just curving away from him.
So Baylor at first base. That'll bring on Butch Weiniger, the catcher, who's forced a runner and single and scores. He scored on Meacham's single into the left field seats in the 4th inning.
That's going to be hard to explain.
Yeah. If you just joined us with Weiniger at second and Randolph at first, Bobby Meacham hit a towering fly into the seats in left field, but unfortunately for Meacham, in watching a baseball, Randolph going back to touch up at first base, Meacham passed Randolph, so he was called out. Weiniger and Randolph scored. Meacham got credit with a single, and the first baseman, Alan Bannister, got the put out, and Meacham did get 2 runs batted in. That's foul off first. 2 strikes on Weiniger. Baylor checking with Yankee third base coach Gene Michael as he goes back to the bag. I was worried in Chicago, Scooter. I thought perhaps the White Sox had stolen the Yankees' steal sign.
Yeah, that Fisk, he was uncanny.
Of course, now with a new manager, signs obviously will change. Pulled foul. Still 2 strikes on Butch Weiniger. Bert Hooton, the new pitcher for the Rangers. He replaced Frank Tanana last inning. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes on Weiniger. Must be a pipeline between the Dodgers and the Rangers.
Make a lot of swaps.
Yeah. Of course, the big one is really Huff, Texas, the Charlie Huff trade. He's become their ace here.
Yes, he certainly has.
And with the Dodgers, he's simply a reliever. Billy Martin. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Butch Weiniger. Put Billy ought to do is just keep that uniform with him. Yeah, when they fire him, just keep the uniform.
They got a revolving wall in the Yankee manager's room.
And now we're going through. Bannister couldn't get to it, and Baylor will go on to third base.
Now that's inexperience there, White.
I agree with you.
Yep.
They're trying to play Alan Bannister at first base. Normally, he plays the other infield positions, and he didn't really get a good bounce out and jump on this routine ground ball.
That was hit very slowly, too. Look at him. He's only got 2 steps, and boy, you got to cover more distance than that, or you'll wear out your second baseman.
Oh, the Yankees now have runners at first and third. Nobody out. They lead 4-3 here in the 6th inning. Time is called as Willie Randolph stands in. Don Slott wants to talk to Bert Hoop.
Well, Willie's got to come out of that Schneider now and get that first RBI. Dave Schmidt, the right-hander, out in the bullpen for the Rangers.
Now Martin likes to squeeze. Right?
He did, but this is not the place.
This is not the place?
Even I would.
No, it's a good place. That curve's a strike. Randolph was bounced into a double play. And he hit one just out of reach of Tanana in the 4th inning and got a base hit out of it. And he scored on Meacham's ball into the seats in left. Why wouldn't you squeeze in this situation?
With one out,
it's too late now because
but no, with one out, I will. With nobody out, I don't think it's a good play.
Why?
I just think that.
What's going to be bad about it? The only thing that happens is they catch Baylor. Right?
Right.
Then Randolph's still up there. Still got a guy at first.
You'd rather have that than first and third and one out?
Yeah. If I have a chance to score a run. That's the worst that can happen.
Okay.
Is that Randolph would bunt through the ball or they'd throw a pitch out. Of course, with 2 strikes, it's too late. Now, if you're successful,
well, then
you got your run. Then you got your other guy down at second base in scoring position.
Yep. Too bad you can't see into the future, White. And really know.
I can't even see into the past. I still make the same mistakes I made 30 years ago. 1 and 2 on Randolph. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. And Randolph with a base hit. And you're right.
No, I'm not. I don't say I'm right because of that. I'm just hoping Willie get that RBI.
And he did. That's his first run batted in this year. Once again, normally the shortstop fill for Texas is Curtis Wilkerson, who has a lot more range than Tolleson.
Yep.
So we've seen 2 changes made by the Rangers hurt them defensively.
Right. Willie went after that breaking pitch with one hand, his breaking pitch away from him, and he drilled it between first and second. Now I'd like to see the bunt.
And the batter is Bobby Meacham, who bounced to third, then hit a home run, but passed Randolph and was credited with a single and 2 runs batted in the 4th inning. Runners at first and second, nobody out in the 6th. Yankees now lead 5-3. They have 5 runs on 11 base hits. And Meacham tries to get the runners over.
Yeah, but that is not the way to sacrifice. You want to beat it out, all right.
I think he must feel he can bunt better that way than to square around and just drop the ball down.
But no, if you watch now, if he gets the bunt sign now here, he'll square around and give himself up. I think he does try it once.
Yeah, you're right. He did square around. And
foul. Oh. Try to make it too perfect. They got a little bit of grass they got built.
Yeah, anything will hit that doggone, when it comes off the grass, it's got to go foul.
That's right.
No other way for it to go.
That is strange.
Maybe they don't want people bunting here.
That's right.
Pretty smart.
Yeah, as soon as it goes off that edge, oh, really kicks left.
You're going to bunt here, you got to keep it on the grass.
Yep.
So now the count, no balls, 2 strikes on Meacham. And Martin says, hey, fake. What do you say? What's he
says
say?
hit away.
Oh, okay.
Bobby was looking for the bump with 2 strikes on it.
That's a simple sign, isn't it? Hey, hit away. Can't miss, or can you miss that? Huh?
If the manager doesn't talk too clearly.
And did he hold up? Must have. Butch Weiniger stays at second. The ball count now, ball to 2 strikes on Meacham. Looked like he might have swung it. Let's watch this again.
Ooh, boy, that was good bat control. It was close.
Struck him out. Meacham goes down on strikes. That's the second strikeout for Houston. Runner still at first and second. And with 1 out, the batter is Mike Pagliarulo, who has singled and scored and lined to center field. Pagliarulo has hit the ball hard twice, both against a left-hander who has since departed, Frank Tanana. Tanana, pitcher of record, along with Guidry. Putin's low, ball 1. Wind now has shifted. It's blowing from right toward left here at Arlington Stadium. Two and 0.
Pags doing something different, just waving the bat with the right arm. I like that better. I never did like his swing before he's ready to hit.
In the right field, Parrish on the move, and he gets there for the second out and tries to double up Randolph. 2 away. Runner still at first and second. The batter now is Ricky Henderson. Henderson is 1 for 3 in the game, and he scored a run. He was the first batter Hooten faced when he came on in the 5th inning replacing Tanana, and Henderson flied to left field. Yankees 5, Rangers 3 in the top of the 6th. The Yankees scored 2 runs in the 3rd inning, 2 more in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th. Rangers got all 3 of theirs in the 4th, a 3-run home run by Larry Parrish. And that's foul off third. If you've just joined us, the Yankees have reactivated John Montefusco. They have released Dale Murray, and they have brought Willie Horton aboard as a coach. Yankees have a lot of coaches.
They sure do. I wonder what Willie's job will be. Tanella's the batting coach. Willie used to be a batting coach.
Well, they've got a strength man.
Yeah. Maybe he'll be the enforcer, right?
They need an enforcer for him. Don.
Clint Eastwood was an enforcer.
Don Rizzuto, what do you need an enforcer for?
You need one.
Oh, okay.
Just to say behave or else.
Well, will he be on the bench? There's Weiniger down at second base.
Yeah,
Randolph at first.
you're only allowed to have 5 coaches in uniform. If he is an active coach, they're going to have to take somebody off.
You ever want to coach?
No. Manage, yes, but coach, no.
On the ground. Collison, he'll go to second. They get the force on Randolph, and the side is retired. Yankees pick up another run on 3 hits, and they leave 2 men on base. After 5.5 innings of play, the Yankees lead Texas 5-3.
Take a look at the scoreboard in the American League. Only 1 game underway right now. Cleveland and Kansas City, no score at the end of 2. Boston at California, Milwaukee at Seattle, Toronto at Oakland later on. And 1 game only in the National League, Montreal at Philadelphia. They're in the 10th inning, and it's all tied up 2 apiece. And here the Yankees are leading 5-3. The Yankees have 11 hits. The Rangers have just 5 off Ron Guidry. But the one big blow, the 3-run homer by Larry Parrish. Very disappointing crowd, I think, Bill White.
Well, they only average 11,000 per game here. They have not been playing well. We mentioned, Phil, that the Rangers lost their first 5.
Oh.
Then they won 5 of the next 7. And now they're on another 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, it's tough to get fan interest that way.
Oh, Gary Ward will lead off against Ron Guidry. Ward led off the 4th with a single. Bell followed with a single. Then Larry Parrish hit his 3-run home run. So Ward is 1 for 2. He has now hit in 8 straight ball games for Texas. Yankees 5. We're talking about the Rangers. They have 3. 6th inning. And that's out of play. And the curve, strike 2. Fooled him. That was not the slider. That was the curveball.
Yeah.
We've seen Guidry throw the curveball and the changeup. Ward set on that fastball last time with a count of 2 balls, no strikes, and ripped it to left field. One and 2. Yankees 5 runs, 11 hits. The Rangers 3 runs on 5 base hits. Neither team has made an error in the ball game. Deep left, that's gone. No doubt about it. Got to pitch up.
Oh, man, that's 2 homers they've hit off Guidry. Tape measure job.
That's Ward's 2nd home run of the year. And his 10th run batted in. Yankees now lead 5-4. Guidry got that ball up a little. It looked like a high slider.
That went almost halfway up in the bleachers. Look at it. Yep, pitch above the belt. Look at that. Griffey didn't even move in left field. Look at him. And watch how far up this goes.
Did Fort work that way? Here's Buddy Bell. He takes high ball 1. Bell single to right field. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Base hit number 6 for the Rangers. Guidry pitched a complete game. He has the Yankees' only complete game this year. And the count is 1-1 on Bell. And nobody's getting loose in the Yankee bullpen. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Yankees leading by a score of 5-4. Out of play. No chance for Weiniger. 2 on Bell. Deep left center. It did not go as far as I thought. Settling under Griffey. Ball got up there and stopped.
Well, when you get them that high above that extra fence out there, then the wind really takes over.
That's the first out in the 6th, and here's Larry Parrish, who's bouncing short to hit a 3-run home run into the seats and straightaway center field. Big, strong, right-handed hitter. And a good fastball hitter. And that's the ball. Parrish had a run-in with umpire Rick Reed. Reed now umpiring at second base. He bumped him, so he's waiting to see what Dr. Bobby Brown will do once he gets the umpire's report. Parrish was called out on a pitch. Was quite upset. There's Reed. And reportedly, or allegedly, he bumped Reed.
Yeah, there might be a suspension involved. Oh, tight score.
Breaking ball. Look for it and hit it out. That's his second home run of the ball game. It's all tied 5-5.
Oh, man. James waved those hankies. Beat the Yankee hankies. Man, did he jump. He had to be looking for that because it was down. Mark Connor is going out to the mound now to have a little chat with Guidry. And is that Montefusco loosening up? We look at that homer again.
That was a line shot into the left field seats. That's a count. Now the count getting loose. Connors has finished his chat with Guidry. He checks Montefusco as he walks back to the dugout. So we're all tied at 5. Rangers battling back. A home run by Gary Ward leading off, his second home run of the year. And Larry Parrish hit his second home run of the ball game and his 4th of the year. They're tied at 5. Here's Big Cliff Johnson, who struck out twice. That's foul.
Cliff is off to a good start. He's got 4 home runs.
Came in batting 300. Of course, he's lost maybe 10, 15 points with his 0 for 2. That guy from Cleveland down here.
Sounds like it, doesn't it? Tom Thompson.
That's fair ball. They call it fair, and Paliulo throws out Johnson, and they're 2 outs. Paliulo came up with that ball in foul territory, but evidently went over the corner of the bag fair.
Yeah, and a long throw by Pags. It's good to see him do this. You see him there fielding the ball in foul territory, but you can't take anything for granted. Got him easily.
Another 2 outs now, nobody on, and Alan Bannister's a batter. He has struck out and flied out. Bannister's 0 for 2. Yankees 5 and the Rangers 5. Playing the 6th inning. And that's out of play. Kansas City leading Cleveland 1-0. Ball game early. They're in the 3rd inning. Hey, and the Phillies edged Montreal 3-2. That's a final. And it's 1-1 on Bannister. That means the Cubs now in first place. Henderson, center field, out number 3. 2 runs on 2 home runs, nobody left. At the end of 6, it's tied. The Yankees 5 and the Texas Rangers 5.
Mel Allen and Dave Schmidt have arrived at the same time. Mel, what do you got on Schmidt?
Nothing. I put a private detective on him, and seems to be all right. He's 0-1 on the season, an earned run average of 4.50. This is the 7th game in which he has appeared. He's worked only 8 innings, given up 9 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 2, struck out 7, Phil.
All right.
There's Billy Martin there. Billy has seen Ron Guidry, after an excellent start, give up 3 home runs, which has driven in all the Ranger runs. Total of 5. The Yankees also have 5 as we go to the 7th inning. They lost 1 on a rarely seen situation. And Bobby Meacham passed Willie Randolph and lost a homer.
I hope it doesn't come back to haunt them. Ken Griffey is 0 for 3. Strike 1. Griffey's been moved up to the 2nd spot in the order. Willie Randolph down to 7th. And hit hard, but Bell makes a fine play on a tough hop, 1 out.
You know, Guidry gave up a lot of home runs last year.
Oh, I know it. Awful lot. He led the team in giving up gophers.
He's given up, what, 6 this year? 3 tonight.
All right, Don Mattingly is 2 for 3. Fly to center, double to right center to drive in 2. Then got a gift base hit when his fly ball was misjudged. Straight away center, and going back is George Wright. Makes the catch. 2 men out. And it gives you an idea of how hard Parrish hit that ball, Mel. Guidry hit that pretty well and wasn't close to the fence. Parrish hit his halfway up the bleachers.
He got it all.
Winfield singled, bounced to 3rd, and struck out. Two out, nobody on. Score tied 5-5 in the top of the 7th. Strike 1.
Schmidt replaced Hooten, who came on in the 5th inning, gave up 4 hits and 1 run. I think we might have had a bigger inning if Meacham laid the bunt down.
Oh, much bigger. And I don't know whether they're going to get Winfield. They got him. Oh, man, was that close, but they got him. Good play by Don Slaught. 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 6.5, Yankees 5 and the Rangers 5.
The season's just a few weeks old, but the teams are really battling in both leagues. You figure really that winning them now is just as important, could be as important as winning them in the last few days of September. For an up-close look at who's swinging the hot bats, watch Pennant Chase with Fran Healy Thursday at 10:30 only on SportsChannel. As we come into the last half of the 7th inning at Arlington, Texas, in the area of Dallas and Fort Worth, it'll be George Wright coming up for the Rangers. Don Slaught on deck, Wayne Tollison to follow. Bottom 3rd of the order, score tied at 5-5, and Ron Guidry doing the pitching for the Yankees. Despite 7 strikeouts, he's given up 3 homers, he's driven in all 5 runs. To tell you about the action as we continue in the 7th, here's the scooter.
All right, Mel, and Wright has struck out twice, pops this one up. Griffey has to come in, loses his cap, makes the catch, 1 man out. So that'll bring up Don Slaught, who has struck out and singled.
You know, you have to wear a cap.
You what?
You have to wear a cap.
Yes.
There's a standard uniform.
Right.
Years ago, you do it in football too, pro, you know, college or pro.
Uh-huh.
Years ago, you could go without a helmet.
I remember.
There was one guy,
Another pop-up on one pitch. And Henderson coming on makes the catch, 2 men out.
Wasn't he from Hewitt, something like Hewitt? He had played his college ball in Michigan, I believe.
He was tough. I remember that scene. This was way back.
Way back in the late 30s,
when they had the
40s.
soft helmets, yeah. Wayne Tallison has singled and bounced into a double play. So 2 pitches and 2 outs here for the Rangers in the bottom of the 7th. We're all tied 5 apiece. Strike 1. Tallison was forced to take 1 strike. No manager likes just 3 pitches and out of the inning. Started a bunt a little high, 1-1.
See, talking about dress, Guidry doesn't have the undershirt with the sleeves extending from the outer shirt.
Nope.
That's all right, but you cannot wear a different color shirt with the sleeves. The pitchers way back used to wear, some pitchers, superstitious, used to wear red sleeves.
And how about some of them used to fray the edges so they'd flap and bother the hitter. Other things you could get away with then. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, Guidry started towards the dugout. He swung. He's out of there anyway. All right. So Guidry gets his 8th strikeout, 3 up, 3 down, and at the end of 7, it's the Yankees 5 and the Rangers 5.
As we move into the first half of the 8th inning, with the score tied at 5-all, Yankees seeking to break a 3-game losing streak, and the Rangers, their second 5-game losing streak this season. Don Baylor leads off for New York with Weiniger and Randolph to follow. Dave Schmidt, the 3rd Ranger pitcher, came on last inning, throws hard, retired 3 men in a row. Baylor takes it inside, ball 1. Billy Martin in his first day in the dugout upon his 4th return. A miss by Baylor. 1-1 count. Don walked, struck out, and singled to center. Foul ball down the 3rd baseline. You late lookers in, Frank Tanana started, gave up 4 hits. I checked that. Worked 4 innings, gave up 7 hits and 4 runs. Bert Hooton worked 2 innings, allowed 4 hits and 1 run. Got that one by him. He can really throw hard. Strike 3. He's just 27 years old. Here it is again. That ball broke down, too. Down and away. So Butch Weiniger, who's had 2 for 3, singles in the 4th and 6th, is the batter. Fastball in there for a strike.
Now go ahead, Mel. I
went
to get a cup of coffee and my throat is just tightened up a little bit.
That kind of a night. In fact, the weather here the last couple days has been bad. Inside for a ball. In fact, you know, at the stadium it was hot and cold. Had the heat on up there, and then
you were lucky that you missed Chicago. Oh, I tell you, it was in the 30s. Two of the games it was in the 30s.
There it is. That fastball. He can throw pretty hard.
Kind of short on, excuse me, short arms the ball up there.
1-2 count on Weiniger. 5-5 to score. That's low and inside. At least it's inside. 2-2 the count. The Yankees Yankees had a 4-0 lead at one point in this game. Inside again. It's 5-5, and all the runs driven in by homers for the Rangers. A 3-run homer by Larry Parrish in the 4th, and a singleton by Parrish in the 6th, and a singleton by Ward in the 6th. Fly ball. George Wright tucks it away for the 2nd out in the 8th inning. And with 2 down, up comes Willie Randolph. Infield hit in the 4th inning off the pitcher's glove. And a single to left in the 6th. And then the oddity there in that 4th inning when Meacham hit one into the seats, we lost a run because he passed Randolph on the base paths. A high fly foul down the right field line, out of play. You read about that kind of a play so often, but seldom ever see.
That's right. It really is an unusual play, and I can see where it could happen on a ball like that when Meacham hit it. He didn't think it was going out, and he was watching it. Randolph thought that it wasn't going out. He was tagging it first. They both had their heads in the air, and Meacham ran right by him.
While Schmidt was cleaning off some mud from his spikes, I read once that Lou Gehrig, with 2 outs and Lynn Larry on first, hit a high line drive in the right field seats. Larry was running, turned second, said looking at the third base coach. He looked over his shoulder at right field. He saw the ball being caught by the right fielder, but it had gone into the seats, hit the seat, bounced up against the back, and out into the playing field. That's inside. So he thought that was the 3rd out. So he just kept running straight on across third base. In those days, the Yankees dugout was back to third. Gehrig, trotting, head down, passed him when he got to third base, so he was called out.
Lost the homer.
Lost a homer.
And an RBI.
And the home run title. He tied it through.
Kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
way
boy.
back in a little bit before my time, but that it cost him home run chances.
Wow.
1-2 the count. Guess who the coach was at third base? Outside.
Art Fletcher.
Joe McCarthy.
Joe McCarthy.
Yeah, when he first was in the Yankees, he coached at third.
That's right. That.
Well, I didn't either. I read about it.
I never knew he coached.
I think he gave up coaching at third at that point.
But was he managing?
Yeah.
Oh, and I see.
He happened to be, he was managing, but he was coaching at third. There's a high drive to straightaway center. George Wright. Yankees out in order. And the score at the end of 7.5 innings remains the Yankees 5, the Rangers 5. The Mets take to the diamond for a 2-game set with Houston. And we'd like you to catch them on SportsChannel tomorrow and Wednesday at 7:30. Nolan Ryan leads his Astros to Shea, so don't miss a minute of the action. The Mets and Astros only on SportsChannel. Doug Rader getting a little action in the bullpen as we come to the last half of the 8th inning with the score tied at 5-5.
That's the, let's see, is that Rosema?
Rosema used to pitch for the Tigers.
He's supposed to be their new ace in the bullpen.
Yep. He was buddy with Kirk Gibson.
Yes, and then I think they're both going to be married.
They flaked around together. Excuse me, they were what?
They're going to get married, says Rosema.
You don't mean...
No, not to each other, no, but on the same day. That's how buddy they are. They're different girls, yes.
Last of the 8th, 5-all, and top of the Ranger order. Toby Harrah fouls it off. Toby lined to center, grounded short, and flied to center. Gary Ward on deck, and Buddy Bell in the hold, as we used to say. Guidry on the mound, high and away. Yankees 5, Rangers 5, last of the 8th. Inside as he took a little off that pitch. Yankees about hit the Rangers 11-7, but the Rangers have had 3 homers off Guidry. They'll win all their runs. 3 in the 4th, 2 in the sixth. Inside. A 3-1 count on Toby Harrah. Now we're going to get some Yankee action. We had Montefusco a little while ago. There's a high pop-up, and it's playable coming back toward the screen. Weininger trying, and he can't get it. Just a little bit away. That's John Montefusco. Trotting down the bullpen for New York.
He was just put on the active list tonight when they made some changes. There's the count.
Toby Harrah hits a high pop foul off first, and that one is going to be out of play.
Oh.
Wow. It started, there's going to be 3-4 rows back, then it started sailing in, and Mattingly stayed with it, almost got a glove on it.
Take a look at Mattingly draped over the railing here. Maybe if Don went in the other side, he might have had a better chance around the back.
Full count on Toby Harrah. And he's aboard, ball 4.
That's the 20th walk for Harrah this year.
There's the World Series ring.
Who's that, Piniella?
Mr. Lou. Lou Piniella. Wayne Terwilliger is talking to Gary Ward, the third base coach, talking to Gary, who struck out singles in the 4th inning to ignite a rally that led to a 3-run homer by Larry Parrish. And then he homered in the 6th inning. Parrish did again. So with the score tied 8-8, we'll see whether they've got the bunt on or not. It's outside.
Oh, that's something. One of your power hitters, they got him bunting.
Well, you figure, I guess, Phil is the number 2 hitter in the order, and that's Terwilliger.
That's a good play late in the ball game.
Yeah.
You want to get that runner in scoring position.
Because you got Buddy Bell and Larry Parrish to follow. So he takes it inside again. Now the sign once more from the twig. 2 balls, no strikes. And you've had Pagliarulo at third charging the plate on each of the last 2 pitches.
This could be the last man that Guidry faces in this ball game. He's got 3 right-handers coming up in a row.
He's swinging.
Oh, there's a break.
Ricky Henderson is getting under the ball and has it. Retreating now to first base is Toby Harrah.
I think managers get a little too smart for their own good once in a while.
Yeah, if you've got a bunt situation and you're ahead on the count, if you get your bunt too, why not go ahead and let him bunt?
Absolutely.
Especially when you have your number 3 and 4 hitters coming up.
Yep.
That's what the 3 and 4 and let's say 5 hitters in your order get paid for.
Drive those runs in.
To drive the runners home. Of course, they don't always do it, but you have to play that percentage.
Right.
Buddy Bell, line to left, single to right, fly to left. Guidry trying to hold